What
Yes.
was the deciding factor for you to make this change?
The life that I was living, it was fast paced, money coming in, money going out, and I just honestly kept running into like all these problems and these issues and this and that and lawsuits. And I was like, you know what, like I need to change. Like I have to change my life. I can't be living like this. I have 2 beautiful babies. I have businesses. And I had to really just get back to myself. I kind of lost myself, honestly.
Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel. So we were watching that Angela Renee White, aka Blac Chyna, has found God, and we kind of love it. Now, a lot of people are not believing this. A lot of people are saying that this is all a big phony thing, that she's doing this for as a stunt, and I'm like, wow, it's pretty elaborate. She's getting her fillers taken out.
Yeah, she's getting
her tattoos. Yeah. I think she has a tattoo that she specifically is getting taken. She's getting taken off. So she's doing a lot of elaborate stuff, and I feel like she also went to school for something, like theology school. If she's faking this, that would be pretty elaborate. I would think that'd be kind of elaborate. But anyways, so I'm gonna watch it. So she said some things about this on Fox News, looks like. And so I'm just going to want to watch this and then see what she has to say. I don't know if you guys think that this is a publicity stunt, or, what do you guys think?
On this Good Friday, I want to tell you a story of transformation and redemption. If you look back at the last few years, model Blac Chyna was starring in tabloids, on OnlyFans, and stuck in some major public feuds. But now she's deactivated her OnlyFans account. She got baptized, and she's even started going by her birth name, Angela Renee White. This week, she announced her latest achievement, getting her doctorate from a Bible college. Joining me now is Angela White. Angela, thank you so much for being here. Happy Easter, or Holy Week, anyway. What was the deciding factor for you to make this change? I mean, you were making great money, you achieved fame. Why did you give that life up?
I had to. Honestly, the life that I was living, it was fast paced, money coming in, money going out, and I just honestly kept running into like all these problems and these issues and this and that and lawsuits. And I was like, you know what, like I need to change. Like I have to change my life. I can't be living like this. I have 2 beautiful babies. I have businesses, and I had to really just get back to myself. I kind of lost myself, honestly.
Was there one moment that you said, I got to change this now? Was there one deciding moment?
It was, the deciding moment was on my birthday. So I got baptized on my birthday. And then from there, I just started putting in the work, People have to also realize once you get baptized, you have to be willing to also change everything about you so you can start moving into the light.
Yeah, and Angela, you talked about removing one of your tattoos on Instagram. I want to talk to you about this. Listen.
Okay. Y'all know that I have this Baphomet Tattoo, right? It got to come off, you know what I mean? I'm not about to have no mark of the beast, anything like that. I just don't want anything negative or demonic on my body anymore.
Angela, when did you realize how dangerous this was spiritually? And this wasn't the only addition that you removed from your body, by the way.
The more I started reading the Bible, and it's so bizarre to me because at the time, I didn't see nothing wrong with it. And that's like the issue, We don't see things that we're doing wrong because we're actually sitting in that moment. And I just started like praying to God, and taking the proper steps, going to church, and just really just focusing like on myself and my spirit.
Yeah, well, I love that it's not only a spiritual transformation, but a physical one. I mean, you've had fillers in your face dissolved, you're removing tattoos. What's next for Angela White?
What's next for me? I'm going to continue my journey with the Bible for sure, and just work on myself, just honestly work on myself and work on my businesses and different ways of making income, because the way that I was making income wasn't right. So now I have to like really just dive deep into my studies and to my work ethic.
Well, the new Angela fits you perfectly. Thank you, and have a blessed Easter. Thanks for being with us.
You too. Thank you.
I love that because I feel like like she seemed pretty genuine to me. I mean, celebrities are celebrities, so what are you gonna do? We don't know these people personally, but for her to go through that length of transformation, hearing her words makes me realize that she's going through some type of a spiritual.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to change your life, especially when you're in that life.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And no one's going to let you just change. They're going to try to keep you where you are.
Yeah, that's true. I think there was somebody who quoted that Khloe Kardashian, but I don't know if this is true or not, but I saw that someone quoted that she is saying that this is all like fake. What she's doing is fake. Right? Now, so, I feel like this is a situation where if it is fake or, this is a stunt, then I think that we should cross that bridge if we get to that. Right now, you have to kind of take things as what it is. And I have to say, this is kind of a win because there are so many women out here that are, they will, especially now, are not going to do what she's doing. She has made a lot of money being Blac Chyna. And everything that comes with that, the hypersexualization of herself, just the whole, because I always feel like the whole Hollywood thing anyways is kind of demonic in my eyes. It is kind of demonic in a sense. And I didn't know she had a Baphomet tattoo. If you guys know what that is, I'll put a picture of the Baphomet tattoo, or Baphomet up here. If you guys...
I think it's hard I just think it's hard for people to change, and
yeah.
people don't want her to change.
Yeah,
when
true.
Someone changes their life, it shines a light on you and what you do wrong.
Right.
And so you want them to still stay the same way. The Kardashians go to church. Did
you say they have a church?
They have like a church. I think Kris Jenner invest in a church in Calabasas, and you have to have $1,000 to even join the church. But they call themselves heavily Christian. You know what I mean? But they don't live that way. And I think a lot of people, though, I'm not judging the Kardashians, because a lot of people go to church and don't live.
That's true.
At all that way. I think, like she was saying about the Baphomet, like getting on the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't know. I think a lot of people don't realize what they're doing is wrong.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like what she was saying, she probably just passively did things because everybody else around her was doing it. She really wasn't going to church. She wasn't really reading the Bible. She wasn't really, she was just kind of in the culture. And the culture is, this world is full of sin.
Right.
And if you don't guard your own heart, guard your own mind, it takes you down a really dark path. And it feels good because sin feels good.
Right.
Now
she has kids, correct? She has two children. And I would say that probably had a lot to do with her. I think she said that had a lot to do with it as well, because, there's a time I would think, and again, guys, I'm not a mother, but I would think that I can imagine that being a mother, you want to be the best role model that you can be possible. And clearly the road she was going down is not what you want your children to see, because now when her kids get older, that stuff is still going to be out there. That was part of her life. So that stuff is still going to be out there. And I would think that she probably does want to be like the best role model that that you could be when it comes to your children. I'm not sure how old her.
That's the worst part about this generation, is because when I was a kid, we didn't have all these technologies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so all the dumb stuff I did, you can't be.
It's not recorded.
Recorded, you know what I mean? But everything you do now, from now on, can be used against you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, her stuff will be out there, and people will judge her for it. But the truth is that it shouldn't really matter what other people say. But I think that she's a pretty successful person. In the culture. And I think a lot of young girls might look at that and think, this is gross. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to feel like this.
Right.
I don't want to feel like I'm a slave to the culture.
Right.
And that is what's happened to a lot of people. We're just all just, parents too, we're just all just slaves to the culture.
And we just do whatever. We do whatever. And she's, I wanted to see, how many Instagram, because I know her reach is large, right? I was trying to check to see. She has 17 million followers on Instagram. That is quite a following. I'm going to go ahead and guess that most of those followers are extremely young. She's not telling people to be like her. She's just saying that for her, this is what the change is. But I don't know what kind of... I think what's shocking to me is it's so drastic. Because she was one of those ones, right, out here being really hypersexual.
Yeah.
So changing that is, that's a lot. A lot of, even people that I know, they are for no money. They're out here being hypersexual on Instagram as well. That's for no money whatsoever. So she's making lots of money, or she was making lots of money doing that. So
yeah,
it's gonna be a difficult transformation.
Yeah,
I feel like
there's what's his name. They had an Easter. Mike Todd. He's a young preacher, in I forget what state he's from actually, but he did a Easter sermon, and he basically did a Easter sermon that was. It looked like the culture.
Okay.
So he had like Beyonce music that was transformed into, religious.
Oh,
music.
okay.
So
He just took their. Okay.
And there was like fire and flames going up, and he didn't really say anything wrong in the sermon, but he's
trying to get.
the people into the church, and a lot of people that are in the religious Christian faith are like, this is wrong. Because what you're doing is trying to get culture people into a church setting by using, you're trying to get people into God by using the world.
The secular kind of world.
And so it's wrong.
Yeah.
So I think people might see her maybe the same way. Like if she starts falling off or trying to get people to say, hey, look, you don't have to change. You just have to, you know what I'm saying? Like if she starts still looking a little too sexual.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
You know what I mean? And so, I don't know. You'll have to see what happens with this one. I do like, though, that she has changed and she's made a public... And a lot of people might say that's kind of boasting about your religion.
Right.
But the truth is that, unfortunately, someone like her, really into the culture and having that many followers, that might just spark... getting her implants out and showing that on television, getting her tattoos off, it might spark particularly a lot of black girls to stop being sexual all the time. I think that I like talking. I hate that we always have, like a lot of people say we always have a lot of negative stuff to say about black people. And it's just because we as black people have fallen so far into the culture that we don't see ourselves as much anymore. So we think anytime someone tells us some truth is actually negative, and it's not. You know what I mean? Here's a situation where a girl who to me was in a negative standing. She was on OnlyFans and all of that, and she's completely changed her life. And I wish more people would do that so that we could save our community.
Right. And the reason why we don't have like a whole lot of instances where people are changing this drastically.
Right.
You know, getting fillers and stuff removed, that's a pretty drastic move. You know, which makes me feel like it's somewhat genuine. I feel like that's pretty genuine to do that. Because a lot of people are distorting their entire, physical appearance to, for the culture. And, the fact that she's reversing this to me, I feel like it's a really good thing. But you know what? So, yeah, you make a good point, though, because if she goes back, I don't say goes back, but if she still is trying to do both at some point, which I don't know is happening yet, it doesn't seem like it's happening right now, but if she does start to try to show people that you can love God, but you can also still, like twerk, you know what I mean? Like then we are, that is kind of like, that's a problem. That's a problem. Maybe her.
I don't think that she will. I actually think she might.
She looks genuine.
When you change your life in that type of way, you have to change everything about yourself.
Yeah, you do.
You know what I mean? Like you can't be a man that goes to God and then goes to the strip club.
You
gotta go past those areas, those old areas. You know what I mean?
Or watch pornography.
Or sleep with women outside of marriage. Like you have to begin to really change. It's not enough just to get baptized. It's not enough just to read the Bible. It's all in you changing your life. You know what I mean? And that is a very difficult thing to do. People think it's not, but when you actually do read the Bible, it does hit you in a sort of core area where it makes you face because the Bible is both a mirror and a window.
Right.
So you look at the world, that's your window, and you look at your mirror, it's mostly yourself, and it reflects yourself and you in the world. And so I feel like as you continuously read, like she said, she was reading the Bible. As you continuously read it, you start to see where you've made mistakes. Period. You know what I mean? And then you start feeling guilty. And then people start helping you to feel bad about yourself, because a lot of people feel bad about the things they do. That's why they don't go to religion.
Right.
Because religion is all about discipline and God. And a lot of people don't feel like they can live up to those standards. And believe me, there are a lot of people. The world is sinful, but the world will keep you in this cocoon of deception, and because they want you there. The money's there.
Yeah.
The opportunities are there.
The
The attention's there. You know what I mean? And then when you start trying to be biblical, people don't like you. They think you're better. They think that you're a hypocrite, or, and so it becomes really hard. And for someone who's made her life, her finances based on her body and her, that's what I said, time will tell. A lot of strippers stop stripping, and then as soon as the money's not here, they go back because it's kind of how they've built their identity. And it takes a lot. It's like I said, it takes a lot to change your life, but I do think that she'll do well. She'll probably have to change all her friends. And she'll have to change.
Well, that would have to be. That would have to be first.
I think she did say something about Rob Kardashian that she likes the relationship that they have now. That the way they has 50-50 custody of their daughter. But yeah, I mean, she seems to be kind of distancing herself from that family.
And I've seen her mother. I think her name is Tokyo. I've seen her. I'll put a video or a picture of her up here. But we know why Angela is the way that she is. Because we see mom. Like, mom is a really hot mess, and this is stuff she didn't just become this way. She saw this, and then she got into an industry that feeds off of it like a vampire. They feed off of these people who are damaged or having a hard time, and so. I don't know. I think that if she slips up in any way, people probably should cut her some slack because she is doing the work.
I mean, she was on Fox News, and she'll again, she's a black woman who is secular, and what's going to happen to her most likely is because she's also on Fox News telling the story. They'll call her conservative, and she is conservative. Being conservative, anybody who's religious, I don't know where they find liberalism. I don't get it, but I don't understand how.
Doesn't make sense
because it just doesn't make sense. The Bible is very conservative, so I don't understand anybody who's really, like I was watching the other day where this, Greg Foreman from the Black, he said all African countries are conservative countries. So I don't know why. He said only in America are black people liberals. You know what I mean?
Because conservative,
everybody, he said they all claim
religion
Africa,
is conservative,
right? And he said, so I'm assuming that what's going to be her hardest part will be the conservative shift.
Yeah.
Because it's like what happens with us. The instant you begin to look at the truth, then every black person will start to tell you you're a sellout, that you're just trying to get attention, you're a bedwench, all this stuff. You're trying to date white people, you're trying to get white approval. You're going to start doing that, and this is just what happens when you change your life. You know what I mean? Because I can bet you there are going to be a lot more people of color a little upset with her than there's probably going to be with white people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because she's it's not where we're at right now is that it's cool to be the way that she was. So the idea of her saying that, no, I'm going to go a different direction for my own mental health, for my children, you know what I mean? Just for my life, the longevity of my life, I think that that's just very admirable to do that, but people are not going to look at it that way. You know why? Because they're still doing it. And what she's doing for her own life is actually going to expose other people. People that she doesn't even know. So people that normally watch, that watch Blac Chyna and are now seeing Angela White, they're going to be like, well, I'm still like, I like Blac Chyna. So they're going to down her.
Well, it would be
she's going to get a lot of kick.
It would be mostly that she'll have to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Because she's Bible based now.
Yeah.
So when black people start saying certain stuff that the culture is okay with, and then she has to not say it, she'll be standing alone a lot, particularly in her genre.
Oh my God!
Of where she comes from.
God bless her.
With her job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those people, those types of people, they really don't want to hear it. No. You know what I mean? And so I'm going to assume she's either going to keep quiet and work on businesses that have nothing to do with the public in a large perspective. But yeah, it will be difficult. I would be happy though if maybe she showed her life a little more, and then like young girls particularly were like, yeah, I mean I want to be more like this. I hope that happens. You have to. This is what we always say, though, is that you have to tell the truth of your life. If you're going to be talking about things like this or changing your life, Karen and I, you guys know that we. I know some of you guys are new, but we've shared a lot about our life, like a lot of different aspects of our life.
you know, really just because you can't sit here and talk about some of the subjects we talk about without disclosing things that where you've fallen short. And so because we have in our life fallen short in many different ways, the idea of just pretending that not say anything and being hush hush doesn't seem right. So she will have to at some point, or
I mean, like
do some work with telling her truth about her life.
Yeah, our old subscribers, they get a little angry with us.
A lot
because
of them
we have changed. I've changed a lot in that my outlook of life. I've learned more.
Yeah,
because doing the show, you have to research more and you have to do stuff. So I've learned more. I was wrong about a lot of things, and there are a lot of things that I had to come to grips with.
I was just ignorant too. I was ignorant about
right, and so a lot of our old viewers, they still get mad.
Yeah,
they get mad because they'll say stuff like, "I don't like that you guys are becoming more conservative." It's like, well, but I do have the right to learn more.
Right.
And if you don't like it, then I'm not the show for you. We're okay with you guys leaving, but I'm not going to stay here and lie to you to keep you.
Yeah.
That isn't going to happen. And this is what happens when you change your life, when you start to learn more, grow more, become more, and we've gotten more subscribers than we did back in those days. And so to me, it is more important for me to stand on truth than get subscribers.
Yeah, right.
Because I don't want to get subscribers based on a lie.
Yeah.
And then you guys just like me because of something I'm really not. You know what I mean? I have to be truthful to what you're saying. And so I think like what that would be something she'll have to deal with. Because this is when people are used to seeing you a certain way, or they've invested in you in a certain way, and then all of a sudden you see the light or you learn something or something, then people get mad at you because you don't think like them anymore.
You have to be willing to be on that hill alone, or to but to still not compromise your own truth, because that's what will happen. People, like before her, she's at 17 million on Instagram. So that had to be, I mean, I'm not her, so I don't know her, but I would just say that in her 34-year-old mind, that would have to be a little apparent. I don't know, I would think I would be a little nervous at that age, moving to another way of being with that amount of subscribers, because her subscriber count is directly connected to her money. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that she's coming out like that, she knows she's going to lose some people, which she has started to. People are starting to give her backlash on this. So she's going to start losing people. So you are going to have to
And we lost a lot of people.
We lost a lot of subscribers.
We got 1,000 subscribers. Yeah. The day that we got 1,000 subscribers, we did a thing about how we were happy to get 1,000 subscribers. And then Kevin Samuels died the very next video.
Yes. Yeah.
And we just said, basically, condolences to the Samuels family. Kevin was, a bright man who was in the conversation, who had a really big voice, and you know what I mean, he said a lot of truthful things, and I'm really sorry to see that this happened. And let me tell you, a lot of men unsubscribed. They didn't like him,
and we got some
and just because we said that, just because we agreed with some of the things said, and also rest in peace. Yeah, they got really mad at that, and so we went under 1,000 subscribers because people were mad at us for essentially giving to a black man.
Right, a black man left
who had a big voice in the community that was needed. You know what I mean? And so that's the saying. So we understand when people who were here at the beginning. Yeah. And look, there were a lot of things I wasn't willing to say either. True. When I first started, that I'm much more comfortable saying now 3 years later. You know what I mean? Because I'm older and I really am more comfortable, and I'm standing on my faith more. I'm standing on my, you know what I mean? And I really don't care if you come and go. You know what I mean? Like you said, I'm glad that you're here, but I don't want you here if you don't want to be here, and I'm not going to change who I am so that you'll stay. Yeah, that's not. I'd rather have 10 subscribers and live a life of truth, where I can look at myself in the mirror, than have 1 million subscribers where I'm living a different life outside of what I'm saying. You know,
and changing your So changing a direction can really it can impact your. For her, it's going to be her livelihood.
But I think she's strong enough. I do think that she's strong enough.
She seems like she's pretty secure.
She's doing so much. I do think that she's strong enough to sort of stand on that, because I know she knows. And I'm sure her advisor said, as soon as you do this, they're going to come after you, because you're upsetting the apple cart. So it's just like, So I really wish her well on this. I hope that a lot of young girls particularly black girls. I know a lot of black girls probably are her viewers the most.
Please follow in her footsteps.
They follow her and just to at least take the steps to not being such a to not be in a world where you're just, where your beauty is only your currency.
Yeah.
Or your sexuality is your currency.
Because clearly,
too much of that. So
because clearly when she speaks, she's very well spoken woman. She's not like, she knows, she's not. You can tell this is not a dumb woman. I mean, I don't agree with the way that she went about her life and what she did to make money, but you would have to be pretty smart to be able to make this amount, get to this level of fame to make that money. So she's not dumb is my thing. So I just think that she should just keep up what she's doing. Is when I hope that she doesn't, go the other way. But again, look, you gotta take people at what they are now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, people are always like, well, back in the day she was. I'm like, no, but we're not there right now. Right now it's a new day, and this is what she's doing and people like her are doing. So I don't know. I really like it. I like it because we don't get. There's not a lot of times where we can sit up here on this channel and say, oh, someone changed.
Yeah.
Someone that's in this hypersexual, especially black women, hypersexual world right now, has done an about face. She did a complete about face, and now she's, doing things, and she's not just, see, my thing is she's not saying it. I get really, I get really suspect when people say things but don't do them. And the fact that she's saying it but then doing it is like, okay, so you're serious about this. At least for now, you're serious about this. And I think that that's good, because there's too many girls out here who just feel like it's cool to be that way, and it's an attention thing. And again, when you see her mom and the way her mom is behaving on social media, you see exactly why she is the way she is. This is something that's learned behavior, and it's accepted and validated behavior, usually from the mother. I like when I see change. And it's just not too often we get to see that. Okay, so let us know what you think about this. Leave some comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. And that's it. We will see you guys on the next video.